What can I say that hasn't been said? What can I tell you that you have not heard? You have seen it all. You have heard all the news. You have shared and reposted everyone's medical views, everyone's opinion. Yes, and why not just say it? It's all pretty depressing. This confinement can turn out to be very stressful. I cannot pretend that I have figured it out or I have the answer for it. But one thing is clear. Hashem has a big plan. There is no need to fear. Hashem is good, Hashem is kind, and Hashem says to us, come home, I want you alone. Hashem says, it's just you and me. This reminds us of the holiest man on the holiest day, in the holiest place, the Kohen Gadol, on Yom Kippur, in Kodesh HaKodashim. The Pasuk says, וכל אדם לא יהיה באוהל מועד בבואו לכפר בקודש עד צאתו וכיפר בעדו בעד ביתו בעד כל קהל ישראל. And no one should come in while the Kohen Gadol is entering the Ohel Moed to pray for the nation of Israel. Hashem says to the Kohen Gadol, it's just you and me. As Hashem calls us home, some people look at it as a punishment. It disturbs me to no end to hear this negativity. It is very sad to blame the victims. Where is the Jewish compassion? Where is the positive look we must have for anything that happens? Even if to our eyes it may look horrible or terrible. You know, it says in the Torah that when Hashem notified Avraham Avinu that he was destroying Sodom, what did Avraham do? He pleaded with Hashem. He asked him, Hashem, please do not destroy Sodom. And he went on, pleading with him. Because Avraham Avinu wanted Hashem to spare Sodom from its punishment. And why do you think Hashem told Avraham Avinu about it? Do you think Hashem needed his approval? For sure not. So what did Hashem want? Hashem wanted to hear something that would find favor in his eyes. Something positive that would redeem the people of Sodom than rather getting punished. And believe me, the thought that Hashem is punishing us or punishing the world is absurd. I'm not saying that people should not look at their lives, look back at their negative ways. On the contrary, this is a time of reflection. This is a time of Heshbon HaNefesh. This is a time of Tshuva. But we must remember, it is the time of my Heshbon HaNefesh. It's not the time of the Heshbon HaNefesh of other people. It's not my business to go into the Heshbon HaNefesh of my neighbor. This is the time that I am in private with Hashem. I should reflect on myself. I should reflect on my deeds. I should reflect on my ways of life that I must rectify. I should reflect on my thoughts that I must elevate and purify. This is the time where I have to strengthen my bitachon in Hashem. This is the time where I must acknowledge that Hashem's plans are better than mine. Because whatever I planned and had on my calendar for this past 7 weeks, they all have been cancelled. They have been postponed. They have been rebooked. And we just realized that Hashem is the one deciding. And He is the one who declared this global timeout. And He is the master of the world. Allow me to share with you something important about what we read last week in the parasha of Harimot. The pasuk says, "Ushmartem et chokotai ve'et mishpatai asher ya'aseh otam ha'adam v'chai bahem ani Hashem." You shall observe my laws and my orders, which a man shall do and live by them. Ani Hashem, I am the Lord. The Gemara in Masechet Yoma says, Asher ya'aseh otam ha'adam v'chai bahem v'lo sheyamut bahem. You shall live by them and not die by them. This being said, the law is, if a mitzvah might cause death, even if there is the slightest chance, Hashem doesn't want that mitzvah. And this is the rule in Jewish law. And I'll share with you a beautiful insight from the Hatam Sofer. He says in the Pasuk Kitisa, Ve'ata daber b'nei Yisrael lemo, you shall speak to the children of Israel. Ach et shabbetotai tishmoru ki ot hi beni uvenechem ledorotechem, לדעת כי אני השם מקדישכם. Only keep my Shabbat, for it is a sign between me and you, for your generations to know that I Hashem make you holy. Question is asked, why is this commandment regarding Shabbat in the middle of the Melechat HaMishkan, of the work of the Mishkan? To teach us that the Shabbat is excluded from the work of Mishkan, and that on Shabbat the Jews needed to stop all work related to the building of the Mishkan. So here the Hatam Sofer offers a beautiful insight, and he says, what was the greatest project ever undertaken? No question, it was the building of the universe. After all, it is the mother of any other project, big or small, undertaken by man or by nature. Yet, the Torah teaches us there is something even greater than the universe. And what is it? And how do we know? Because in the beginning of Bereshit, the Torah devotes 31 psukim to describe how Hashem created the entire world. However, in describing how the Jews built the Mishkan in the desert, the Torah devoted 371 psukim. This seems very strange when we know that the universe has billions or trillions of miles, and it is an infinitely complex structure, where the Mishkan, on the other hand, was about 150 feet long and 75 feet wide. It was indeed an impressive structure, but essentially it was a small tent. So why would the Torah expand about the creation of a humble tent in the desert, and yet about the creation of the cosmos, with its infinite depth and majesty, be so brief? Does it make any sense? Answer is, the universe is the home that Hashem makes for men, and the Mishkan is the home that man makes for Hashem. It may be smaller, it may be simpler, but still, it's more significant and more prominent. As it says in the Mechilta, Haviv Bet HaMikdash Lifnei HaKadosh Baruch Hu, the temple is so dear and cherished in the eyes of Hashem. Shekshebara HaKadosh Baruch Hu et olamo, when Hashem created His world, Lo bera'o ela beyado achat, He only created it with one hand. Shene'emar af yadi yasida haaretz, as the pasuk says, my hand laid the foundation of earth. וכשבא לבנות בית המקדש, כביכול בשתי ידיו. But when he came to build the בית המקדש, he did it with his two hands. שנאמר מקדש השם כוננו ידיך, your hands established Hashem's temple. Yet, there is something even greater than the Mishkan. Even the construction of the Mishkan had to be suspended for it. And what is it? Shabbat. Shabbat is holier than the Mishkan. So we see from here, Shabbat is holier than the Mishkan, which is holier than the universe. Shabbat is the day of intimacy between Bnei Yisrael and Hashem Himself. But wait, there is something even holier than Shabbat. And for that, even Shabbat itself needs to be shattered. Shabbat needs to be pushed away. Shabbat needs to be cancelled or forgotten. And what is that? The Jew. Shabbat must be violated to save a life. Even if there is only 1% chance that a life might be saved, and even if it is just to prolong a life by a few minutes, all the laws of Shabbat must be broken. Why? For the sanctity of life is greater than the sanctity of Shabbat. which is greater than the sanctity of the temple, which is greater than the very act of creation, the origin of all existence. This, says the Hatam Sofer, is the meaning of Shema. When we say Shema Israel, Hashem Elokeinu, Hashem Echad. The acronym of Shema, when you take the letters, is Shin Mem Ayin. Shin stands for Shabbat, Mem for Mikdash, Ayin for Olam. In descending order, these are the three most precious items of existence. Yet, after Shema, after these letters, the Shabbat, Mikdash, and Olam, what comes? Israel, Shema Israel. Above all of them is Israel, the Jew himself. But Israel, when you leave the word Shema, Israel, Hashem, Elokeinu, Hashem Echad. Israel and Hashem, literally, they are one. So Israel is one with Hashem. In such a case, we see from here that human life takes precedence. So under no circumstances may one's life be put in danger, except obviously for the three cardinal sins which we know, Avodah Zarah, Gilu Arayot, U'Shfichut Damim. Hashem wants us to live through the mitzvot, not to die through them. We must violate every mitzvah in order to save a life. That is why it's forbidden today to gather and pray b'minyan, to study or make celebrations in groups. All these are suspended until further notice, because this mitzvot can has v'shalom cause a death. The Kohen Gadol may be standing in the Holy of Holies on the day of Yom Kippur and during his holy service to Hashem. If he hears that there is an infant in danger, he must stop, throw everything away, run out to go and try to save the baby. So we see from here, from eating non-kosher to violating Shabbat, from drinking and eating on Yom Kippur to eating Hametz on Pesach, or even canceling a Brit Milah, most sins become obligatory if, as a result, a life might be saved. So if this is the case, how am I being asked, can we organize a minyan? I have been called today, yesterday, 2 days ago, last week, 2 weeks ago. People are trying to organize minyan. As we all know, our leading rabbis have ruled that it is forbidden to hold a minyan at this time, which is the halakha for many parts of the world or the entire world. And even by gathering together in houses or in backyards, we must wait patiently until we are allowed to do so. And besides halakha, we must also follow the laws and regulations of the government and the health department. Who doesn't want to be with the minyan? But we must have patience. One thing I can assure you, the minute Hashem wants us to pray b'minyan, He will have all our shoes reopened. So in the meantime, enjoy the it's just you and me. It's just us and Hashem. Yes, I know. Many people are very much concerned about saying Kaddish, either for Azkara or either because they lost a loved one. Me personally, I have to say Kaddish for my father. I'm still in the 12 months. But we know, what is the secret of Kaddish? What is the purpose of Kaddish? Is to elevate the Mishnah. Chachamim tell us that by learning a Mishnah instead of a Kaddish, we can elevate the neshama even higher, even greater. Learning a Mishnah is more important than saying Kaddish. This being said, how many Kaddishim we say at Shahrit? And Avel says, 3, 4. So after Shahrit, let's take 3 or 4 Mishnayot and learn them Le'ilun Nishmat Niftah. After Mincha, 2 Mishnayot if we can. After Arvit. All these Mishnayot learned on that day are much more effective than if we would have said the Kaddish in the Bet Knesset. And Kal v'chomer, to say Kaddish in one of the minyanim that we're not allowed to do. Or Chas v'shalom, to do a Hilul Hashem if we are getting caught being together. Even with all this distancing, until we are not allowed to do it, why should we put anybody at risk? So let's hope and pray to Hashem that very soon we will be back together in our Holy Bet Knesset. I know that everybody misses everyone, and we all miss you. We should hear only Besorot Tovot. In the meantime, ve'atem shalom, uvetchem shalom, v'chol asher lachem shalom.